Hey, and welcome back to the Megan Waldrop podcast. I want to dive into talk about something that we mentioned a few podcast episodes ago about the five laws of the universe. And so the five laws is about one is this is how I use it in my meditation anyway. I say it's I exist in the here and now. We are all connected. What I put out, I get back, and everything changes except these five laws. So the part that I want to talk about is the what I put out, I get back. So I felt like it needs to go deeper than that, or at least the way that it's helped me in my life. I've taken a different perspective on it, or maybe this is the perspective it's meant to be. Whatever, whoever, it's whatever perspective works for you. But what you put out, you get back. You've heard that before. It's not necessarily in this meditation way. It's not necessarily, be kind to others and all of that. Of course, we want to be kind to others. That is number one all the time. It's not so much about the actions that I'm talking about. It's our thoughts. What I put out, I get back when it comes to your brain. Like, what are we actually putting out there in our thoughts that are going to come back to us? So we have to think of it like this, like the mind is like a boomerang. So whatever you throw out, if it's worry, doubt, or if it's confidence and calm, that's going to come back to you. Or it's like placing an order over and over again all day without realizing it. If you're like wigging out about the future, you're asking for more stress. Or if you're overthinking, you're kind of going into spinning of this rabbit hole that you're not even able to appreciate or see all these beautiful blessings that are happening around you because you're too preoccupied. Or you get caught up in the worst case scenario and it just rips the joy out of you and also so much energy when honestly how many times does the worst case scenario happen honestly after putting so much time and just like praying that I've heard this phrase, worrying is like praying for something you don't want. That's something back in the commercial fishing life I took with me, was like I was so worried about my husband's safety, but what am I doing? I'm just putting energy into like, if he gets hurt, what's going to happen? How am I going to take care of it? Like, blah, 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 blah. So, what I put out when I get back, it's the thoughts. What thoughts am I putting out there? And the thing is, of course, we're going to have thoughts that are going to come in and maybe they feel intrusive and you're like, whoa, that was a negative thought. That's not going to ruin your day if you're having a negative thought. It's being able to recognize that negative thought and turn that B upside down. Okay. Flip the script on that negative thought. So, for example, if you're like, ah, this meeting is going to be awkward, or the next thing I do is going to be awkward. Instead, it's like when you think that, you're like, oh God, you're already kind of feeling it in your body, like, ugh, kind of getting the ick a little bit. But you could flip the narrative and say, I can handle this. And your body's going to soften, your breathing's going to change. It's the same situation, but it's a different internal setup. And let's talk about that internal setup. What does that mean? Well, it goes back into what does it viscerally feel like in your body to think positively? For example, how does it feel when you let yourself step into the feeling of what if it all works out? Instead of what if this happens and worrying about this, what if it all works out? Let's just start there. Memorize the feeling in your body of what if it all works out? How will I feel when it all works out? How would that feel in my body? And when you have that softness, that lightness, this enhanced, it almost feels like you're going upward, or it can feel all different kinds of way. Maybe you feel like you're more grounded. There's no wrong way to feel. If it's a positive feeling, what I like to do is I like to memorize how that feels inside of my body. And that's the kind of energy I put into what I put out, I get back. So if I'm starting even in meditation, if I have thoughts that come up and I'm like, oh gosh, I have this deadline and I have speaking here and it's like, oh no, wait, hold on. What if it all works out? I have plenty of time. I've got this. I'm totally capable to do all of this. And just radiating that emotion from your body, from your energy field, from your aura, like radiating that. How does that feel? Doesn't that feel effing good? It takes practice for some of us. For me, it took lots of practice. I mean, I'm saying years. I mean, for some people, it could be less, could be more, whatever. But I want to share that it took me a long ass time because I don't want you to feel like you're behind in any way. There's no behind here. You're not late for anything. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. This is an internal practice. This is only for your benefit. And believe me, it's going to benefit everybody around you whenever you're realizing how much that you have more control of your destiny in that way. Even if it's just feeling good, like we're allowed to feel good, y'all. Like we don't have to wait for a certain time to feel good. Like, okay, I'll feel good around Christmas time when I have a 2 week break, or I'll feel good when I go on vacation, or I'll feel good on this weekend. I just don't have time to feel good. Right now, it's my weekday. This is my stress mode because I'm at work. Like, actually, no, we don't have to. We can feel good even if we have things going on. We can switch the narrative in our brains to going, oh my God, this meeting's going to be, it's going to suck, to, oh, I got this meeting. It's going to be great. And you can just sit back and radiate and practice this positive feeling in your body at the meeting. That's the best part is that once you do practices like this, you really can never be bored. You're just tapping in to your internal box. What do you call it? Like, just like your internal vibe and be like, oh, I feel the energy flowing on this end and this, oh, that's interesting. I'm feeling really cramped up whenever in this area of my body when I think this or say this, or maybe I'm having a really hard time with trying to feel positive or trying to let my body feel positive because it's not used to it. That was what happened with me. It took me months and months and months and months and months to even get to the point where I'm like, oh, I could just relax just a little bit for a second. And then it was maybe 2 seconds. And then, it just built, it compounded over time. Years. Okay, y'all. I'm not saying it's going to take you years because I didn't realize this part of the practice until recently. So I feel like this is a way for you to jump ahead and not have to deal with all the stuff that I was working through. Because I think what made me feel so stagnant in the past is that I would think about something and then I would deep dive into it and I would go all the scenarios of why was right to feel that way or why this person was wrong. And instead of healing myself and radiating this positive energy, I was stuck in the past. I was picking this friggin' knot, this giant ass knot, trying to peel it apart and figure out how I could validate myself rather than spending time radiating beautiful energy onto my future. I was too busy staring at the past. It was too much. And so this way, it's like, you know what? Whatever that thought is, that's okay. Thanks, thought. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to switch the narrative and I'm going to see what it feels like in my body. It's all about that visceral internal feeling. That's the big switch. It was for me anyway. It's not just the mind, it's how the body can shift. Because also, if your body is feeling resistant, it's doing its job. We just have to give it a new job to do. It's just scanning for threats. The amygdala in our brain, our beautiful little amygdala, when we wake up within 4 seconds, it scans for threats. And back in the day, that was very helpful when we were being chased by predators. But nowadays, we don't have predators chasing us. We have deadlines, to-do lists, emails, phone calls, meetings, speaking events, whatever that is. Those can feel like threats. Those can feel like predators to us. But guess what? We got this, dude. Like it's all good. Your brain is just grasping on trying to do its job. So literally we just have to give it something new to do. So whenever, our brain is on repeat like that, it kind of goes into, I'm going to find more of that to validate myself. But we can switch it and change our nervous system from the sympathetic, the fight or flight, wig out zone, to the chill pill parasympathetic mode. And this is where breath work always comes in, even if it's a deep inhale through the nose to your belly and a sigh out through your mouth. And then continue to breathe through your nose down to the belly. The magic is breathing through your nose. I'm going to get into that way more, but let me tell you, when it comes to breath work or when it comes to everyday breathing, close the mouth, breathe through the nose. This is going to help you so much more. This is going to help you build more lung capacity. This is going to give you more of that beautiful nutrients that we need with each deep, intentional breath. The nose is meant for breathing, the mouth is meant for eating. Okay. There, of course, there are breathwork techniques that uses the mouth as well. But when it comes to having efficient, clean breath, it's the nose. My keynote speech is called The Secret to Success is Right Under Your Nose because it is true. More on that later. And I want to talk about, when I talk about positivity, I'm not talking about fake positivity and pretending everything's perfect. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about being intentional with what you're mentally putting out there because you're going to experience more of it. So, for example, if you have a negative thought, just catch the thought and just choose a better thought. It doesn't have to be perfect, just one that's better, more positive. So, for example, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be terrible. Instead, you'd be like, let's just see how this goes. Let's just see how it goes. That opens you up to a whole new experience that becomes more like a game instead of, oh God, I have to go here. I have to go talk to this person. I know how they're going to react. It's like, meh, that's already giving power away, your power away to somebody else to choose how you're going to feel. Instead, just be like, let's just see how it goes. Or if you feel like, oh my God, I can't handle this, just take a breath, literally in through your nose, into your belly and out, and say, you know what? I can handle the next step. I can handle the next step. Or if you're like, I need help, take a breath and ask for help. It's all good. There's no one taking score here. Nobody's paying attention. Every thought that you have is like a small investment in your future. I love thinking of it this way. And that's when I'm sitting in meditation. I'm like, I don't know what the day is gonna bring. I look forward to seeing what this day is gonna bring. I can't wait to see what this day is gonna bring. And I'm gonna radiate this positive energy and these positive thoughts because I'm investing in my future. I'm investing into the road ahead. It's not just, you're not just thinking, you're shaping your experience, your day, your relationships, and your work, your entire life, and you're deciding what you want to come back to you. So there was a thought about this that I was trying to figure out how to describe this too. And sometimes we can get thought, kind of lost in our past thoughts or things that we've done. And I know that's been something that I've struggled with, or been challenged with recently is how I'll get stuck into a certain time period of my life where it wasn't that great. And this is back when I was deep in alcoholism. I haven't drank in over 10 years now. Deep depression, alcoholism in my 20s. And I don't want to look at that part of my life and have any kind of regret or shame around it. I have so much compassion and love for that woman, the young woman, Megan, back then, who was just figuring stuff out and just didn't have the tools to move forward, didn't know what she wanted, but was kind of just doing her best as she could at the time. And so I practice now to look at those times in my life where it's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that, like, wow, I really learned. And man, let me tell you, I'm getting all emotional because I love getting emotional, by the way. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great release, but it truly means it's coming from my heart because I look back at those times and I'm thinking that gives me so much more vulnerability and so many more stories and to be more, hopefully, relatable to anybody out there who struggled with addiction, who's struggling, who has struggled, who has these thoughts. I want to be able to connect with you too. Like you're not alone. You're just in it right now. And if you feel like you're like, I don't know my way out of here. I don't know how to get out of this. The fact that you're even thinking that means you're on a positive upswing. I promise. It's going, the struggle becomes your strength. Your struggle becomes your strength. Every day that you decide to try something new, whether that's not drinking or not doing drugs or not overeating or not, you know, hanging out with the wrong people or dating the wrong people or shopping too much or gambling or whatever, exercising too much. I mean, the list goes on. Every day that you decide to try something new, even though it feels effing hard and difficult and you feel like you're going to explode. I've been there so many times. The next day it's going to just be 1 millimeter easier. It's just going to be 1 millimeter easier. Then it's going to be 1 centimeter easier. Then an inch, then a foot. The next thing you know, it'll be years that you haven't thought about whatever you used to think about all the time. And you're just like flowing through your life because you gave yourself that time to actually get into an uncomfortable position and try something new. And that's even with breath work. Some of these breath work practices that I teach for corporate wellness, and I do one-on-one sessions, and I work with athletes too to see how they can improve their lung capacity and really outperform the other people because they're able to be more sustainable out on the field or wherever they're, or the running, the track, whatever it is. But the thing is that it feels uncomfortable at first because you're not used to breathing a certain way, but every day it compounds. It's going to get easier. You're giving your body something new to work with. You're telling your amygdala, I love you. Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but we're good. I'm going to give you a new job now. And that's to make sure that I'm returning back to that positive state of what I put out, I get back. What I put out there, I'm going to get back. So this is the metaphor that I researched that hopefully it'll make sense. Let's see. It says, even the wake of a boat only exists because the boat moved through the present moment at some point. So every moment is a passing moment. You know, what we thought was the future 2 seconds ago is now the past. So even the wake of the boat only exists because the boat moved through that present moment, meaning every part of your past was once a present moment too. And the life you want in the future will also be built from a series of small present moments. The present isn't just where life happens, it's where all timelines are created. That's a beautiful thing. This isn't a pressure thing. This is such a great, isn't this great news? We can literally shape not only the moment that we're allowing ourselves to feel ease and to feel good, we're also investing in our future. And it has way better interest than any kind of bank or money or bond or whatever's out there. Okay. We are putting it into our future. Not only are we going to feel good now, we're going to feel great in the future because why? Because what if it all works out? What if feeling good now is going to help me feel great later? What if feeling good now is going to help me get through those challenging times with even more grace, with even more ease for myself, with so much more love, with more awareness for my loved ones, for myself, for my life as a whole, to truly sit back and be like, this is such a gift. Thank you for all these lessons. I am here to receive them because I'm giving myself that room to breathe, that capacity to receive. I'm giving that through sitting here and having these positive feelings within my body, memorizing what that positive feeling feels like. And that is emanating into my future. It's a beautiful thing. So what you put out, you get back. Yes, let people in traffic, open the door for those, say hello, be kind, always be kind. That's always going to come back to you as well. But the big shift is what you put out, you get back within your thoughts, within your body. And you can do that every single moment. Anytime you think of it, you can always catch yourself, get you back on track. And that's going to help invest into your future. You've got this. I'm so honored that we get to spend time together. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, hell yes, welcome to the crew. If you've been here before, I love you. You know this. We go deep all the time because all we're trying to do here is have honest conversations to feel good about being our human selves on this beautiful, one precious life. It's amazing. I don't take any of this time for granted. Thank you so much. If you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, we can stay in contact. I can tell you any events that are going on and ways to work with me. You can go to meganwaldrop.com. My website is brand spanking new. I'm still editing it a little bit here and there, but it's been in maintenance mode for months. But you can go to meganwaldrop.com and check everything out from there. And until then, you got this. Investing in your future through these positive thoughts, you are not alone. If you ever want to reach out, you can reach out at support@meganwaldrop.com. I want to know what you like to listen to, what we can go deeper on, how I can best support you because we're in it together, y'all. We are all connected and it is a beautiful thing. See you next time. Take care and happy breathing.